Welcome to TMB Designs. I am Trevina, your host of this fabulous lifestyle channel. It is full of inspiration, motivation, and creativity. I desire to inspire you to make beautiful designs, one space at a time. Hey, y'all, hey. So, as you can tell by today's title, this is going to be a chit chat, life update, special announcement regarding all things TMB. So, I just wanted to come on, you guys, and just be real transparent for a minute. I've attempted to do this video. This is probably my third attempt, and I just couldn't get through it. So I just said, today is the day. I got up, I prayed, did my usual, commanded my morning, all of that, and I thought I have to just push through. So this is it. So let me just get comfortable, okay? Because this is not, it's hold on, not gonna be all heavy. So don't think that. But I do want to just kind of let you guys know, what's been going on in the TMB world. Let me say this. I love you guys so very much. I thank you all for your support, every subscription, every thumbs up, every comment. It does not go unappreciated. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Continue to do that, because that helps the channel out. And I need you guys, I need your help. I need your support in this YouTube journey. Thank you for what you've done so far, but let's keep that momentum going. I guess I'll just do the preliminary stuff first. So first things first, you guys. YouTube is doing some different things here lately. They call the purges. And so some content creators will lose, just like they'll take, an obscene amount of subscribers from your subscription list, and that that affects us in terms of algorithm and how our videos are pushed out there, and who sees our content, who is referred to, that type of thing. So you guys, it is imperative that you please check your subscription. Make sure you still subscribe to the channel, because they will automatically subscribe you, and some people have no notice. I've had several family members, even other content creators, say that they were unsubscribed and wasn't aware, they wasn't getting notified of the videos or whatever when I upload. And so that is what has been happening. So please make sure that you're subscribed, and also click the button twice to make sure that you're notified, and it'll drop down and ask you, do you want to be notified of all videos, some videos, or just randomly or whatever. So please push all. You want to be notified on every video. Help your girl out to continue to soar in this YouTube journey. So with that being said, some of you have noticed that I have not been uploading on my regular scheduled times. And there's a reason for that. In life, things happen, and my family and I, as I said, I tried to do this is my third attempt to do this, and I'm going to get through. My family and I were dealt a devastating blow a few weeks ago. It shook us to the core, literally. We are a very close-knit family. We're a large family, very close-knit family. I'm the oldest of 10 siblings. My mom and dad have a blended family of 10, and I am the oldest of the 10. And we're big on family things, So this was hard for us. It's still hard for us, but we're getting through. And once I continue to explain, you'll understand what has been happening with the channel. A few weeks ago, May 20th to be exact, we were given a devastating diagnosis with my father. He was diagnosed with cancer, and at the point of diagnosis, it's out of control, metastasized. There's nothing we could do. He wasn't a candidate for chemo because he was a dialysis patient. So they gave us 2 weeks to live. We give it 2 weeks. We recommend hospice, and so it was like boom. He literally went to the hospital for one thing, and we got that news, and we were not ready for it. And the odd thing is that he had been hospitalized several times leading up to that point, and with COVID, going on, every time he was sent to the hospital, it was a different hospital. So you had different hospitals who didn't know him, wasn't his regular doctors. We couldn't get in. It was just a very devastating, horrifying experience, to say the least. And so we could never be there to get any opinions or see any testings or anything like that. And so once we got that final call, May 20th, which was my brother's birthday, that my father was diagnosed with terminal cancer, 2 weeks to live. Of course, us being a family of faith, we began to pray, and we're not claiming this, we're not receiving this, blah, blah, blah. But our ways are not like God ways. And 2 weeks and 2 days later, my father transitioned on June the 6th. It was the most horrifying experience and the most, I know it's gonna sound odd, the most beautiful experience that I've ever encountered in my life. And I say that because with the diagnosis, we were given the option to do hospice. And so he was diagnosed May 20th, May 25th, which was my birthday. We were able to pick him up from the hospital and bring him home into hospice care. And after that point, we had those last few days were just absolutely everything, because that's all, we were believing and praying for more, but God saw otherwise. My father didn't suffer. There was not any traumatic, medical treatments, no chemo, none of the things that, typically come with that type of sickness or disease. So, we can look at it in a lot of different ways. Of course, we were hurt, devastated, crying. 10 kids, 26 grandkids, 8 grandkids, and my mother. They've been together nearly 50 years of their life. So you have to know that is not an easy, thing to deal with. And we're dealing with it. It's not, an overnight process. It's a process. So that has been a very, very traumatic experience for us. Some days I wake up and I'm good, and other days I'm not so good. And so a few weeks ago, I had a lot of videos that came out as premieres. And that the reason for that was because once we got the diagnosis, while he was still hospitalized, I went ahead and pre-recorded several videos so that I could keep the channel going, because I knew that with the diagnosis, all of my energy and attention was going to go to my family, which is what I did, and I don't regret that. However, once those videos finished, I was still, because I'm in my heart and in my mind, I thought my dad would still be here today. But again, God has the final say. So that was just a devastating thing to accept, but I had to accept, God's will. And that's just what it was. He transitioned surrounded by his children. Those that were not in state, he got to speak to them, and they said their final goodbyes. So it wasn't it wasn't as drastic as it could have been. I try to always find the good in every situation. And, the Bible tells, I don't know if it's a scripture or not, but, we grow up saying so many things, but we are to cry when they're born and laugh when they die. And I don't think that's scripture, but the Bible does say to be absent in the body to be present with the Lord. And my father was a man of God. He was a man of faith. He literally transitioned, giving God praise. Listen to his favorite gospel artists. We had ministers come in, I myself being a minister. And so he got to speak with his pastor, and he had peace. He transitioned in peace. It wasn't as peaceful for us to let him go, but we had to do that. So I take pleasure and I take comfort in that, those last few moments we were there with him. He was surrounded by loved ones. So he did not go into a hospice facility. We had him at home with us. And so that kind of made the situation as good as it could be, given the circumstances. So that, that was difficult for us, and it's still difficult for us. So I have had a little bit of, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, because we're still dealing with some things, post transition. So if you see the sporadicness of, everything with my channel, that is why. In the middle of, that going on, my love and I were house hunting. Well, of course, with the news, that kind of put some things on hold. My energy just wasn't there. And, but we were still moving forward, but I just wasn't as, involved in the house hunt as I, was prior to my father passing away or getting sick or what have you. So we're still moving forward. We're still in the process. We're still moving. We have, at this point, what day is this? We have made a selection. So all of that is in the works. And so it's been an amazing experience. Even though it's been a devastating experience, the amazing part has been my family and loved ones and friends that, have surrounded us and just shown us so much love and support during this time. Some of you all have reached out to me, and we have a, more personal relationship beyond the channel. Some of you have been praying for me, for my family, and I appreciate that. So I just want to come on. I know I didn't have to share this, but I wanted you all to understand what was going on and why there was a sudden change. And I made the decision to make some changes because there are more changes to come, because even in the midst of things happening, we still have to move forward. And my dad he was a hardworking man. He was all about just not giving up, not quitting. So that is kind of my driving force to just keep going. And there were just certain things that he instilled in all of us as his children. And that drive, that entrepreneurship, we get it from my dad, So I'm going to push forward. And in doing so, moving to another phase of everything, I'm making some changes to the channel. One being the channel name. So you guys know it as TMB Designs, which stands for To Make Beautiful Designs. And I still want to encompass that. I'll still be doing that. But I just felt that I wanted to do something that was more fitting to where I'm trying to transition, or the type of designer that I am. Because in addition to YouTube, and you guys, I am a professional hairstylist. I am an event planner. I am a professional home stager. So, and in that, interior design and all that stuff goes hand in hand. And I do Christmas big in my house, but I do that as a profession as well. I go and style trees, and commercial jobs, residential jobs, that type of thing. So I wanted to do something that would encompass the whole entity of what I am, or what I do. And so I prayed about it and ran it by some of my beautiful YouTube sisters, and I will be changing the name. So be looking for that in August. It's the 8th month, new beginning. So I will be just kind of giving you guys hint and tips along the way. So we'll still be Trevina, it'll still be all things TMB Designs, but the new name will be Royalty Designs with Trevina. Royal and the letter T, that's me, with Trevina. So I think that is more fitting. And you guys, let me just share this with you all. I have a beautiful, beautiful group of YouTube sisters that we call the Dream Team. And these queens, they came together and did something for me that just blew my mind when I ran the idea by them of the name change, because I wanted to get the pros and cons on what it means to change your name here on YouTube, because things change so much. And I'm trying to grow my channel. It's crawling at this point. It was going at a rapid speed, but I don't know if it was around COVID or what, but things just kind of started slowing down as far as channel growth. And so I was just wanting to do some things to grow and move forward with the channel. Ran it by them, just kind of ran the names by, and these sisters took off. You guys, they have created the most beautiful logo for me. They contacted a marketing company and had not only a logo created for me, a custom logo, but they also did a beautiful intro. And so I cannot wait to share with you guys. I'm going to wait till August because I just want to kick things off simultaneously. I want to change my IG name, my Facebook name, my YouTube name, business wise, because you have to do things decently and in order. So I'm getting all things lined up behind the scene so that business wise, I'll be legit LLC, everything with under that Royalty Design. So I am excited about it. I'm excited about the changes, so I expect great things, hopefully by then we'll either be in the home or be in transition to the home. So I'm just praying and believing God that all things will work together for my good. I love you all for being supportive and just being here with me. Please know that I'm not somber and with the death of my father, passing of my father, but your prayers are definitely appreciated. We can't ever have too much prayer. So send one out for your girl. You know, like I said, there are some days that are good and some days that are not so good. But I have to push forward, and I know that my dad would want me to. He would want me to just keep doing what I'm doing. I was blessed to be able to speak at his homegoing celebration. That was a blessing. My father he always told me that he loved to hear me pray and he loved to hear me preach. And so I got to do both. So I'm excited about that. So I take comfort in those things. And you know, even though someone passes away physically, their spirit still can live on with you and in you. And he definitely does. He left a lasting impression on all of us. We love him. We miss him tremendously, but we know that, you know, he is where we are all trying to be. He left here giving God praise and glory. So that's how I want to leave here, you know. But I'm excited. I'm excited about the newness. It's kind of bittersweet, you know. We were talking to him about the new house and everything, and he was happy for us. So he won't get to, you know, physically see us move into it, but I know he's smiling, you know, down on us, and he's proud of our successes. So I'm going to take comfort in that. I don't want this video to be heavy or somber or anything like that. So on a lighter note, you guys, I've been out doing some yard selling and some flea marketing and some estate selling, and I have some amazing things to share with you guys. I don't think I'm going to share it with this video because this may be a little lengthy. I just kind of really wanted this to just be updates, changes, announcements, that type of thing. So I'm going to leave it for that. But I think I'm going to have to separate the video. Do one with just my thrift finds, and then do one, you've been shopping, do another one with the shopping haul. But I cannot wait. If you are watching your community tabs or your stories, some of you have seen a little glimpse of what I've been finding. So I'll give you all the details on that in the next upcoming video. But I want you guys to just, you know, stay positive. Just continue to live your best life. Continue to do what you can while you can. And I say this, and I've always said it, but I stress it now more than ever, because in that transition of my father, we were given 2 weeks. The doctor said 2 weeks, and God gave us 2 weeks and 2 days. And so I want to leave this question with you. If you knew for a fact that you only had 2 weeks to say your last goodbyes, to show your last sign of affection or love or appreciation to someone, what would you do? If there's a family member that you're in odds with, I would admonish you guys to just squash it, you know, forgive and move on. It doesn't cost us anything to love. Just let things go, because you never know. You know, life is so short. My father just celebrated a birthday in May and was gone in June. So you never know. And that just made me stand on what I have always stood on even the more. Love who you can while you can, because you do not know when your last time seeing them will be your last time seeing them. So think about that. Reflect on that. Like, if you only had 2 weeks to live, if you only had 2 weeks to say your final goodbyes to your love, what would you do? Would you keep things as they are? If you're loving and showing love and receiving love like you want, then you're in a good place, you know. But if you're not, if you, like I said, if you're holding grudges, if you're angry or upset about something, let it go. Let it go. Life is too short for that. And it's just easier just to live in forgiveness. It's easier just to live, you know, just a stress-free, worry-free, burden-free life. And I just choose to lay my burdens down, give them to the Lord, and let him work them out. So I'll leave you guys with that. So I love you for real. And I want you all, until the next video, to have a blessed and most beautiful, beautiful day. Smooches.